Everything you should know before getting an earlobe piercing coming up next on Piercing Consultations 2022, episode number 1, earlobes. So you might want to stick around. For those who are new here at the Body Piercing and Tattooing channel, welcome to the channel. Hope you're enjoying the videos, but you may not know who I am. My name is DaVo. I'm a professional body piercer and have been since 1994. I own and operate the Axiom Body Piercing Studio, located right here in Des Moines, Iowa, inside Skin Kitchen Tattoo. What you're about to experience is what we normally go through when we go through a consultation if somebody comes into the studio and asks for an earlobe piercing. A lot of this, and the idea behind this, is to give you enough information that you can either ask the proper questions or make an educated decision on whether or not this is a proper time to do this piercing or not, or if it's even one you want to have at all. First thing we need to talk about is average healing time on this particular piercing. Usually anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks is a good round number, kind of ballpark of how long it's going to take to heal. Everybody heals a little bit differently. It can be a little bit longer. It can be a little bit shorter. But usually that's kind of a good sweet spot. Now, the care that's going to need to be involved with this is basically cleaning it with this stuff. Trying to get the label out. Oh, let's try that. There we go. Men's Piercing Aftercare. What this is sterile saline in a can. This particular style comes out in a fine mist, so it doesn't really involve any additional things or compresses or anything else. You basically just spray both sides, let it stay in contact for about 5 minutes. If there's any excess, blot it dry with a clean paper towel. The only additional thing that I suggest doing is at the end of your shower, pulling your hair and everything out of the way and just letting the water run over or pour over or rinse over the area for about 30 seconds. That's going to not only cut in the likelihood of any type of products that you've used in your hair or what have you, collecting on the jewelry and the piercing, but it also helps to kind of break up that discharge and get rid of it. You know, the crusties that everybody's worried about. Next thing is cross-contamination prevention. Common sense stuff. Wash your hands before you handle it. No oral contact or exchange of bodily fluids on, near, or around the piercing. Microorganisms will move on your skin. So just because you licked them here doesn't mean it's not going to end up here. Just to let you know that. Keep pets away from the area. Do not let them sleep in the bed with you. Especially smaller animals like to sleep over your face and are attracted to shiny objects. You're just asking for an infection in that case. Keep your environment clean. All your clothes, bedding, towels, anything that may come in contact with the area does need to be cleaned on a regular basis. Pillowcases, a good trick is putting a clean t-shirt on it. Basically, you just use it one night on one side, one night on the other side, turn inside out, one side, or do one side, then the other side. Get about 4 nights out of it instead of changing the pillowcase every night, and you have a clean surface to sleep on every single night. Do not submerge piercing in bodies of water you cannot control the quality of, which is pretty much everything but your own clean bathtub. It is an open wound, and you're not going to find a body of water that's outside or inside, other than maybe your tub, that isn't going to contain a ton of microorganisms that could lead to an infection. Avoid contact with unclean objects. Now, this is a pretty broad statement, but mainly what we're concerned about is things like telephones, headphones, anything that goes into your earbuds, any of that stuff should be disinfected on a regular basis or avoided altogether. It is best not to have any contact with anything in that area. Speaking of contact, also make sure that your hair is dry before it comes in contact with the piercings. Wear it up until it dries and then let it fall. If your hair comes in contact with your earlobe, that is. Now let's talk about trauma, pressure, and abuse. Do not sleep on the piercing. Make sure you're sleeping, if you have one done, maybe on your other side or on your back. If you have both done, definitely on your back. Another option is, if you're a side sleeper, is to get a U-shaped travel pillow, one of the Nick pillows. Then put a clean sock on it every night and sleep your ear in the center of it so that it's elevated off the bed. Avoid tight-fitting objects like hoods, hats, I guess headphones, if they're over-the-ear headphones, helmets, anything that's going to put a lot of pressure on that piercing and constantly have contact and cause that jewelry to shift or move is going to probably cause or lead to problems. It's best to let them be in the open air and leave them alone. And regardless of what the lady told you at that particular retail outlet, do not spin, rotate, or move the jewelry. There is absolutely no reason to do this, and it's probably going to increase your likelihood of infection or other problems. Couple things, just to final it out, some things you might want to consider. Do you plan on having additional piercings on your lobes? You do need to mention that to your piercer and make sure they mark it accordingly. Do you plan on stretching the piercing? This can affect how we place the piercings, and it can also affect what gauge we start with, which, for those that don't know, gauge is the thickness of the jewelry. If you're planning on stretching, it might be a better idea to start with a slightly larger gauge than what we do normally for post jewelry, so that you have that kind of jump start on the whole situation. Another thing to consider is, are you leaving town or going on vacation anytime soon? Since vacations generally involve swimming, not a good idea unless you plan on just sitting there watching everybody else have fun. The other problem is they can be a hassle, and you can't control how clean your environment's going to be or what you're going to be doing or what you're going to be coming in contact with. Next one is, if you're involved in any type of organized sports or other activities, will you have to remove the jewelry? Check on this before you get the piercings done. Don't call up later and go, hey, can I put retainers in it? They're going to be invisible and nobody will notice, because those don't really exist. So always check beforehand. Last thing to consider is the shape and size of your lobe. Everybody has very unique ears. They're larger, smaller, different shaped, paired, connected, rounded U-shape. There's tons of different styles, and they vary from earlobe to earlobe. They're both different. So you need to consider that with the type of jewelry you're going to get, where that placement is, and etc. Well, that's all I have to say on that today. Thank you for watching. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it, because we like it when you like it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time we post something. If you feel like I forgot something or missed something, or you have something to add, or you have a question, leave a comment. I generally answer them when I have time. Also, our community tends to answer them too. Check out our merch store. Link is in the description. Till next time, here's hoping all your piercings heal with ease and without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I hope to see you for your body piercing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching. Check out one of these other videos.